Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Factional Fight Plays Wurm Online. This is like our big coming back episode after the village update. I'm excited. Are you excited, Adam?
Extremely.
It's my brother, Adam. He's really my brother, for anyone who doesn't know. Anyway, let's get it started. It's the Wurm 1.1 update show. Here we go. We're back, and I know we get that question a lot, if we're brothers.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
Yeah. And, yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Blood relation.
That's right.
So anyway, Wurm 1.1, are you excited? I'm excited. Oh! What did I get? I got, like, this trick that... I don't even know what this is. I think you're supposed to put it like in your mouth, and then you're supposed to unravel it like this. Oh, I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to Wurm 1.1. There's been a lot that's happened. We stopped recording in April, right? And I guess a lot of people have been asking, what have we been doing since we stopped playing? Have we still been playing Wurm? I don't know. Have we still been playing Wurm?
Yeah, we've still been playing Wurm. We've had made a lot of progress, as you've seen in the Wurm or in our village update.
Yeah, we actually didn't stop playing.
No,
which you could probably ask our villagers. We still have villagers.
I mean, recording takes a lot of our time. It's the whole setup and just the recording time takes at least, a day out of the week. So, we wanted to focus a little bit more on playing and getting the village up to date and everything,
We also, and I think we mentioned before, we only had one night a week where we could possibly record.
Yeah.
And then that night just kind of went away. And we still only have that one night, which is kind of, it's tight. We can record not that much when you only have one night to work with, and sometimes you have technical difficulties, and if you ruin one night, that means you have to wait till the next week before you can even record an episode. So we are finally back. We're pretty excited. We know a lot has changed since we stopped recording, even though it's only been April 10th, April 12th, something like that, when we posted our last video. A lot has changed, and a lot has changed to the game in sort of big ways.
I think it's
subjects.
a testament to the way that this game is being developed. I mean, I remember one of our first episodes, or even possibly even the first episode, we talked about how this game was in beta and how there was a lot of development going on. And just in this last 2 months, the amount of development has been quite substantial. I mean, we talked about Wurm 1.0 and the stuff that brought. Well, I would say that this update probably brought just as much stuff.
I'd probably agree with that statement. Before we get into all that, though, I know right in front of us, this is part of the new update, are Bartings and Saddles. So we wanted to show you just what all of them look like. This one's the cloth Barding, and this is actually a separate saddle. So if you didn't have the saddle on, it wouldn't have that graphic there. This is the chain Barding, the leather Barding, and then we just have a horse here that just has the saddle, as you can see, without needing to have any of the Bardings. I won't go into too much detail. Bardings do slow down the horse just a tad. But, it's cool. It's worth it when it's cool, right?
Looks awesome. I mean, before when you had Bartings, they didn't change the way the horse looked, and it slowed the horse down. So there's no reason to have it on.
I'm sure it's great on a PvP server. but I don't know.
Yeah, you want to
Not-
protect your horse. I mean, if your horse dies and you're walking for the rest of the way.
But maybe not so much on a freedom server. I don't know. Don't know too much about Bardings really, other than the way that they look now. But so now, today's episode, like we just showed you the whole village, and we were telling you that we wanted to change up this kind of village entrance area. So, and let's say hello to Nightshade,
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
and let's say hello to Chalklord, who's joining us, helping us out with this episode.
Hello, how are you?
And we're gonna go outside. So this is actually an entrance. If you followed our road
Hello, how are
all
you?
the way out, we have essentially two public entrances into our village. One of them's being on the village level here. Right, so you
Yeah.
just come down here. This way leads to the port. We really need signs, don't we?
We do need to put signs. People complain about our place as being very difficult to figure out how to get in, and then once they're in, they have a very difficult time trying to get out.
And how can people find us? I know we haven't actually showed our location. Our deed is called Autumn Twilight. And I think with this episode, later in the episode, I think we should tell people where we're located.
Sure.
All right, look
We've
forward to
we've,
that.
we've had some people have been able
Ooh.
to find us, so that shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, people are actually finding us, so I assume we're not really hidden or anything like that. So what are we doing today? We are going to try to show you guys what has been updated, especially the Wurm 1.1 new stuff, and at the same time start building this little area. We've given the reins to Nightshade and Chonklord and said, go crazy, we gotta have a big park area, do whatever we want, and we'll show you. Maybe we'll be building some of the new stuff: flower pots, flower beds, tombstones. What else do you got in this update? A whole bunch of things. So let's get started. Oh, it looks like Chonklord had to leave.
Yeah, that's okay.
His wife is telling him that dinner can't wait. Dinner can never wait. All right. So what do you guys think of a small graveyard? Sounds great. But that does mean... So let's start there. Graveyard. How do you make a gravestone? Let's see, is this your cart here? You brought a lot of stuff.
I
Awesome.
did bring a lot of stuff.
Alright, so while we're doing this, so I think it's just... I right-click Create Gravestone. So this is one of the new objects. I don't know too much about it other than it's a gravestone. If I drop it, it looks like a gravestone. But you can't plant it, I don't believe. You need an actual corpse of somebody in order to plant it on top of that corpse.
Yeah, we were discussing how it doesn't seem like there was much, didn't make much sense, except for decorative purposes. But other than that, I can't see a use for this.
It would be cool if maybe, like, if you built a graveyard in your town or in your village, it could add a benefit to your village in some way.
I mean, it
don't
would be
know.
nice if that was the case, but
I'm sure
I
that
think-
would be very hard to implement. But we've been gone for a long time, and I know that there was two major things that have happened since we were gone, or since we stopped recording. One was the price increase. So I don't know if you want to go a little bit into that.
this was a huge announcement made right after we stopped recording that the price of Worm will increase from €5 a month to €8 a month, which pretty much amounts to a 60% increase. There was a lot of
Did
drama.
you say €5 to what?
8
To €8?
Did I
That's a
say
60%. You probably said
I
6.
said eight.
€5 to 8.
to 8 to
And
8,
that's
yes.
a 60% increase?
That's a 60% increase, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
This
do the
one's
math.
$3.
8 divided by 5, yeah, gives you, tells you that's 160%. Multiply by 100, of course.
Calculator. 8 divided by 5.
Multiply by 100.
Multiply by 100.
And that gives you the percentage. It's like 160%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it increased it by 60.
Wow.
So I mean, it's a significant increase. It only seems like $3, but the problem is that if you consider the fact that first of all you have to pay for 2 months, so right off the bat you have to pay $16. The other thing is that if you own a deed and you have to pay upkeep for that deed, the price for that has also increased. Well, I mean, the price of silver increased as well by 60%, so you know, it's pretty much however much you were paying for the game before, you're paying 60% more.
That is quite a substantial amount, and I think people were voicing their opinions on that.
That's right.
So
A lot of people...
What is your opinion on it, on the price of the game now?
Personally, I feel that the game warrants more, more income. The fact that they've been putting a lot of effort into developing the game, and it actually showing quite a lot compared to even when you look at a first video and what the game looked like back then, it's night and day. And so the $5 or €5 per month was like nothing in our minds when we were coming from subscriptions that were, more like $15 per month.
Mm.
So I felt that it's a fair increase. The other thing that I like is that you're able to pay for the subscription with in-game currency, which is a huge draw for a lot of people to this game. So
That's
this means
true.
so you can make silvers in the game by doing work for other people, selling them stuff, and then in return you can use that silver to pay for a subscription.
All right, I'm going to tell Knight. Okay, Knight. You start building and we'll continue it. And I'm
What do
going to
you
take
think about it?
the other side and say that's too much money.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be that guy.
I think
There's
it's too much money.
60% is quite a bit. When
It
you
is.
take into effect that people are going to have deeds in this game. So even if you take, like, a deed is part of the in-game feature, and so if you take, now you have to pay $8 plus a deed, meaning that you're going to need at least $10 to start plus a little more.
I'd say that if you had a modest deed, 5 silvers a month, or even less than that, would
5
upkeep.
silvers a month. You mean one
I mean-
silver a month?
I mean, 1 silver a month, but I mean, if you can only buy it in batches of 5. So let's suppose that you were a modest player and you were had one account and a deed you wanted to upkeep. Then you're probably paying the 1 month plus 5 silver, and that translates to €8 a month. Oh no, wait, is that right?
Sorry?
No, that would translate to €16 a month.
€16 a month?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
1 month 5 silver plan.
Ooh, I've never seen a flower bed. This is the first time. They do look nice. I didn't realize that the flower beds are they have to be planted. They're like a tile border item. They're like a fence.
Just found that out.
And you
before we
can
started
walk through them.
recording.
Yeah. So they're like the woven fences.
There we go. Cut the grass a little bit.
They give it some nice detail. So before we move on, and we could go on and debate the amount of money and like the merits of veteran players or players that decided to take advantage of traders versus players that didn't, and like all this debate.
Yeah, I don't want to go
And
into that.
don't really want to go into that debate. There's merits to both sides, but in the end, the final verdict for me is if people don't pay money into the game, like through the store, there wouldn't be any money circulating in the game to actually pay people to do jobs. So you wouldn't be able to do any jobs for anybody. No one would buy any of your stuff because no one would have any money. No one put money into the game. No one bought silvers. So people have to buy silvers from the store in order for there to be any sort of jobs or people buying any of your crap.
That's right. People would argue that the money that people get from traders can be used for that, but the bottom line is that money originally came from the store and gets recycled back to the traders based on however much money gets put into people's upkeep.
Traders are only a way to keep that money that people originally buy from the store in the game for a little bit longer so that there's more money for people that need to hire other newbies to do jobs. Without that money from the traders, we wouldn't really see anybody buying anything.
That's right.
Because the only way for you to get money, like, it basically becomes a pay-to-win game. The only people that have money now would be the people that bought the money from the store. Getting rid of traders, you get rid of the only way a player in the game has a chance to earn money from the game. Alright, so before we get into anything, sorry about that rant, I want to kill this bison because there's a new bison sound in the game. Before, I don't know if anybody ever killed a bison before or remember what it sounded like. It was basically the cow sound. It was like the cow dying, and bisons don't sound like cows. I don't know if anybody really realized what a bison sounds like. So let's find out.
All right. While you're doing that, one thing that I'm really enjoying about this new update is... Oh, nice. Sounds like a bison now.
That's an actual bison sound, and therefore, that's what a
Did you
bison
do that?
sounds like. I did.
Yeah, nice. So one thing that I really, really enjoy about this new update is the animations. The animations have been vastly improved to become a lot smoother.
Before there wasn't any animations,
There
then
were
there was animations, and it was very choppy. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it wasn't using the video card, or no, I don't know why.
I don't know
And
why.
then, since
This
Wurm
update
1.1,
comes- yeah, nice and smooth. Everything looks fluid.
it's true. Bisons take a while to kill, don't they?
Really?
I had no idea.
You might help
They're
here.
not like cows.
You targeting its head?
No, I am not.
I'll get the killing blow. I don't get the killing blow.
I got it. All
Okay,
right.
so where are we in this? Yeah, I mean, I've noticed a couple things about the performance. Number one, you were saying that your frames per second were down, but I haven't actually noticed that, really.
Mines
haven't
were
changed any
down.
of the
I
settings.
had to tweak the game quite substantially in order to get it back up. The actual new game actually looks different when you use the new shaders. Things are darker. Things are not as clear. So I turned that off, and I got a big increase in frames per second. And the problem is, see, normally I wouldn't have an issue, but we live in this giant village with tons and tons of walls and things everywhere.
Yeah,
And you come here, you lag.
that's right.
So you guys can even see here throughout the episode, my frames per second right now is only at like 20. There, it jumped up to 29. Anywhere else in the game, I get so high frame rates. You could go back to like the previous episode or something and see when I'm not looking at the village. Maybe I can get it here.
I mean, I'm standing right here looking in this direction. I'm getting 60.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. Of course, at this point, I'm running the software. I'm
right.
recording stuff. My frames go down, so I need to have higher frame rate just to get a decent one while we're recording. But I do want to show you guys what the difference is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the game. So this might not work. Let's hope that it works. I'm going to reset the game, and I'm going to log in with a new window, and hopefully you guys can see the difference. Now notice, especially my cart, I noticed I painted my cart gray because I randomly found a giant batch of gray dirt dye and decided, like in an abandoned place, and it's like,
And this way,
dye my cart. Now watch this, because this is very bad. You can see right now it looks like it's all painted, and it's like you painted over the entire wood and metal and everything. And also watch up here at the castle, and just the colors, especially the slate roofs. Here, let me give it a try. Here we go. I'm gonna quit. So everything should go black. And now I'm gonna log in. Alright, so far so good. I'm logging in. Oh, the music's coming on. That's actually one of the older tracks.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing that's changed. New music.
Oh, you know what I didn't do?
What's that? Change the setting?
Change the settings. I'm sorry, guys.
How many times do you do that? Oh, I just gotta log out, change the setting.
And then you log
All
right
right,
back
I'm
in.
back now.
Wait a second, I must have forgot something. I forgot to actually change the setting. So
Yeah.
here, I'm going to turn on the new GLSL shaders, and which is in the compatibility tab of the settings. I'm going to change that to core, and I think that's it. So let's log in.
Oh, now that the animations are smooth, the banners are actually flapping very nicely.
Yeah, before they were kind of a little... Oh,
Choppy.
this one's one of the newer soundtracks. I'm listening to strings.
I see.
We had strings come on in the last video.
That's right.
Or flutes or something. Alright. Already notice a difference. Over here is really dark. All along here. In the back here, the walls here are really bright, and the slate roofs are really dark. So there's a big contrast. I don't mind this. This is probably too dark. It looks like I dyed it black or something. And then look at my cart. It's just darker. It's not gray at all. So I don't know. I can see it's actually kind of cool. It's almost like it gave it a different hue or something instead of painting all over it. They're different styles. Some people like it, some people don't. But the stone walls maybe are a bit too dark. I mean, we're in the middle of the day, and they are quite dark. I don't know, you guys decide. That's the difference. Now look at my frame rate. It's dropped down to 10, 11, 12, 16 over here, 18,
Yeah.
15. You know, it... so it's debatable. Oh, I'm moving. I'm dropping down to 8, 10. It's like it gets to the point where it's not really playable. I do like this red better, I think, with the GLSL shaders on.
I mean, it would be great if this stuff didn't make frames go down and, you know, the game crashing. Sometimes people are complaining
That's
about
right.
the games crashing. For now, I have that stuff turned off.
It's great. Maybe for this video, the rest of this video, I should not have it on. So anyway, I'm going to reset the game, turn it off. I just wanted to show you guys a quick look at what just turning off that GLSL shader kind of does. So if you do have problems with your lag, definitely turn that off for now until you can figure out what's going on with that. Maybe they'll solve something. Other things, obviously, to turn off if you're having lag problems is shadows. That always, I think in every game, shadows always seems to bog down the system just a little bit. Alright, moving on. What else is added? Let's go ahead, Adam.
A few other things. I mean, they added something that uses karma, which is a system that was added way early on, but was never used. It was used for some minor things, but they added this new mystic powers where you can become like a sorcerer or something like that.
Well, you're going for the sorcerer. Yeah, we don't know much about it. Have you learned anything about it?
Not really. I mean, I know it uses karma points. I know that it has something to do with getting rewards from completing missions. I also heard that it's only on Epic right now, but it's coming to Freedom through some kind of scavenger hunt thing. I'm not sure exactly.
Scavenger hunt?
I know, it sounds weird, but from what I understand, people are getting these rewards randomly through some kind of lottery game, and those rewards come in the form of like tomes or cherries or something like that, and you use them, or somehow they give you abilities. Now these abilities use karma points, and apparently they're pretty decent abilities. One other thing that's connected are these new walls called magic walls that have been confirmed to be connected to this whole mystic system, but I don't think anybody's figured it out just yet.
It's just a new fun system to figure out, and
Yeah,
I don't know if it's on Freedom at all.
I love how they add these things in, and they don't quite explain it fully, and it just takes the community to try to like test things out and figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a nice new system. We'll figure out more as we go along. Another thing that I want to talk about before I forget was the second big thing that they added to the game since we were gone is the added animal cap to each server. I think I talked about it in the last episode, and how I can't see anybody complaining about that.
Not at all.
We're seeing tons of animals. We're seeing tons of animals we've never seen before, and they're just everywhere on the steep. New wild horses, which Delhi just never had. The Deliverance servers never had for so long since we started. And just wild pigs and wild everything.
Yeah, this happened
like it.
quite like just after, again, and I guess around right after we stopped recording, and it really fixed a lot of the issues that people were having with not getting wild spawns. Like, you would be a newbie coming into the game, and the only way you could get a horse is from a horse breeder.
Yeah.
But now you see wild horses all over the place, so you can, get them for yourselves, and cows and hens and all these animals that you wouldn't have normally been able to get. So I don't know why they didn't do it sooner, but they finally did and increased the cap to allow a lot more animals.
Yeah, so if you guys are watching this video and you don't play, this is a great time to come back and play, because there are animals everywhere. And if you like animals, you like animal breeding, you like taking care of animals as pets or whatever, they're everywhere. You can take them, breed them, do whatever you want with them to a point. But you can have a whole big village filled with animals, kind of like, I guess we do have a lot of animals at our place. So sort of like that, you can just have animals and have them, whereas before they were kind of sparse. They were. So other Wurm 1.1 additions. Now this is a big one that I felt was a bigger deal than I think other people thought, and that was the addition of a number of new creature models. And they added things like the the mountain lion, the goblin, the troll, the lava fiend, and it's almost like they completed the rest of the animals that people would see, especially new players, that didn't have any animations or anything at all.
Mhm.
So I can see people coming into the game and they're like, oh, I heard that they, like, especially back in December when Wurm 1.0 came out, they had barely any animals with animation. All the new models were, they had a few new models, and then they were advertising, oh, we're gonna have models with animation and all this stuff. Come back to the game now, it's the perfect time. People came back to the game, they ran up to like a mountain lion, and they're like, it's just standing there, but I'm dying. And that'll turn off a lot of people, unfortunately.
A lot of the animations were still not done, not even close. And I think you're right that with this update they've completed probably like 95%.
Yeah, it's done for all new players.
Yeah.
All animals that you come across will have like the new models and be animated. And I think that's a big deal for this game.
There are some that you might come across that are still the old ones, but they blend in to the point where you probably wouldn't notice.
Not entirely. I don't know if you'll notice any, really.
Well, the hen you noticed today.
But the hen at least had walking animation.
Oh, okay.
And you wouldn't want to kill a hen. Why would you kill a hen? I think hens die in one shot anyway. But the only one that I can really think of is the crocodile or the alligator. Which one is the crocodile in this game?
Yeah, crocodile.
That's the only one. It still needs an update, but crocodiles at least have a walking animation. Whereas the mountain lion didn't have any animation.
But I have seen a crocodile updated model, I guess, on the forums. So
it's coming.
It's coming.
But at this point, you won't notice. Like, if you join the game, this is now the time to play. If that was the reason why you didn't want to play. And as Nightshake's going on, I don't know what she's doing yet. So she's playing with the patterns.
Well, she needed some more corpses, so I'm just doing a corpse.
This is interesting, the new diagonal.
The
way that it works, that it takes on the grass from this side and the dirt from this side.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So you almost have to pay attention to what's around it completely, or else you'll get some crazy patterns. And maybe the crazy patterns will actually work. Well, I don't know. Looks like she's doing some crazy patterns. Need to build any fences? Let me know. I don't think that was a correct sentence of any kind, but I'm sure she'll get the idea. Oh, Kingdom Tabards. Oh, did you make any...
This is a big deal for PvP players who want to wear their, colors or whatever. Everybody have the same tabard. So they have these visible tabards now, which is really awesome.
So guards should have them, and I think we showed you them last time, but let me run to one so I can show you. Kingdom tabards are basically, they go over your armor, I believe, and they just have a big symbol of the kingdom that you're on. Now, because we're on the Freedom server, we only get to make the Freedom, like, tabard. What are they called? Is that what they're called? Just the Freedom?
Freedom.
Yeah, we're part of the Freedom Kingdom.
But if you're
that's
on...
that's what it looks like. This is
if you're on Chaos or Epic, then, your kingdom, whether it be JK or MR or whatever,
would have different patterns.
Yeah, you'll be making your own tabard.
Right, and the kingdom... Oh, it's pointing to me again. And that is the same with flags and banners. If you're on the Freedom server, you can only make Freedom-style banners, tabards, and stuff. It's okay, I showed the guards. Alright, next one. Cross-server chat.
Oh, love this.
We're able to be on any server and tell send a tell to somebody. Now, I'm not sure if that's only sending a tell to somebody that's on your friends list or sending a tell to anybody. I don't know yet. I haven't been able to figure that out.
I'm guessing it's anybody, but
The problem is I don't know many people on other servers to the point that I can try it out.
now the thing is that this is something that if you didn't have it, it was like the biggest pain. But once it's there, everybody's probably just going to think of it as normal. Like that you're able to send a tell to anybody playing the game. That seems like a normal thing. I guess it's going to make a big difference when, let's say, you want to make a sale to somebody who's on a different server than you. You don't have to contact them through GL Freedom, which is basically the global chat. And you're saying, hey, what's up? Is so-and-so on? Can somebody send a tell to that person who's on their server so that we can figure out if he's on? Yeah, so now you can just send them a tell. I see what you mean by this corner. This side takes the grass, this side takes the dirt.
That's
Makes
right.
it kind of arrow looking. Right? Like
It's
you can
pointing to the middle. No,
yeah.
if you just put grass on this side, it'll just turn into grass on both sides. But I don't
That's
know. You can give a pattern. Let's say you put... How about if you put like a slab on that side?
Yeah, I wonder if the slab goes all the way.
I don't know. We don't have a slab to test that, do we?
We do have wood planks, but
But we do have a rock shard. Let's test it with a rock shard.
wait, that will make a cobblestone.
Correct. Oh wait. I need to pack this. How
That's
about
gonna
if
mess
I,
things
let's
up.
pack this.
Okay.
And let's take it.
The packing animation, I've never seen that before.
No?
Well, or I've seen it and it was choppy.
Alright,
Chop
I'm
goes
ruining
back.
this.
We need some guidance here, or else Brian here is gonna.
I know, we need nightshade. So it does fill in with gravel.
Yeah, interesting.
So now it's half gravel and half grass.
Another thing I'm excited about
What
is
else
the
did you put?
botanize update. You can now botanize for specific materials or
Whoops.
materials that fit under specific categories, which is a huge deal for people who make dyes. Because now you can forge for woad a lot easier.
You
and
love
acorns.
the forage and botanize change.
I love it because like before it seemed like pretty random. Like you would just go out and botanize and your entire inventory would be filled with just random crap that you don't need. Now it's more like you can, focus on specific things that you need, like seeds, let's say. You can go out and just get seeds, or just get materials for healing covers, and it'll make the newbie experience a little bit easier. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think you get it as a newbie. What is it? You need 20 botanize skill? Anyway, I found out, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the foraging skill does not get the category breakdown.
I'm sorry. You don't actually hear the music that just started.
No. No, I don't.
It's one.
Yeah.
It's one of the older songs that is about building stuff in Wurm.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Such a weird song
Anyway,
to have in the game.
Come on, we're like building stuff in Wurm, so we got to have our own bluesgrass song. So you were saying foraging doesn't get its own category?
I don't think foraging gets the category breakdowns.
I thought
was
maybe
reading
if
up
you
on
get to
it.
higher levels, it does.
I don't think so. I read that you don't. But I could be wrong again, but I'm pretty sure you don't.
It says that it did in the patch notes, so I would hope at
just
some
says
point it's coming.
foraging and botanizing overhaul, but that could mean anything.
Yeah, who knows? So let's try to get through some of these things.
The paper doll we should talk about next.
The paper doll. Do you like the paper doll?
I like that there is a paper doll.
Yes.
Um,
So that means you like it, right? Yeah.
it's something that should be in every game. the way that it was done before was like I would show a friend, like, hey, look, this is how I equip my gear, and they're like, what are you doing? It's like, I don't know. At least gives you some graphical representation that everybody's used to if you've played any game since like
Other
the 90s.
than this one.
Yeah, any game since the 90s for sure. So yeah, they finally put it in. Do you have it up on your screen?
I can get it up on my screen. Boom!
It's-
There it is.
One thing I like is the centerpiece tells you your wounds. So if you're wounded, it'll highlight the area of your skeleton that you're wounded on, and then you can like or click it somehow and heal your wounds that way, which is nice.
That's right. I'll show you all the runes. So what do you not like about it?
The one thing I don't like about it are the slots where you place the gear. It's very difficult to tell which slots are occupied and which slots are not.
They need to be a different kind of... There needs to be a contrast there.
The contrast, like the background color or something, needs to be different. It just seems like it's brown, and then you put something over and it's also brown, and everything looks either filled or... I don't know. It's hard to tell.
There you go, guys. So everyone on the artwork team, this is what Adam would like. To have different color, maybe even like a darker or maybe bluish gray or something in the slots that are not occupied, and then maybe a bit brighter brown or something on the slots that are occupied. Something that's just more contrast.
I also know
anything
that
else?
I mean the icons that they're using for the armor and stuff are using the same as the tiny little icons that are in your inventory slot. And I understand why they're doing that, but maybe an update on those would be nice for the paper doll because the resolution on them is very low. It kind of doesn't look great. Like when you're empty, you have this nice image of, let's say, the backpack or the tabard or something. It's like a nice high resolution image, and then you go and put your actual item over it, and it's like this pixelated.
Yeah. So visual stuff. That's what you don't like.
Visual stuff, just the visual stuff. I know that they're adding in something where you can just you'll drag an item to the center or something, and it'll automatically go to the right slot. But that's not in yet.
Somebody's card has 80 damage, says Chunk, who's back,
Uh-oh.
and I didn't realize that. It's your thing. Did you fight a troll
I didn't.
in the last few days?
Nope. Maybe on the cart, maybe.
On the cart? Yeah. Trolls now kick the cart's butt while you're killing it. Yep.
And does it hit you at the same time?
Yep. 80 damage on your cart. I'll heal it, don't worry.
Okay.
Or repair it. So what do I think of the cart? Thank you for asking.
The paper doll.
So yes. What do I think of the paper doll? I was still enamored with your cart and the 80 damage. I think at the start, I'm gonna say I like the idea of it as well. So I'm with you in the fact that I like the idea of the implementation is not fully there yet, and for me that means there's a couple things. There's small bugs. For example, sometimes when I log in, all my stuff's off of my paper doll, like off of my equipment. I have to equip it again. I don't know why that's happening, but I'm sure that'll get solved. That's not the issue. Really, the issue for me is, one, I can't repair anything on it by pressing my repair hot button. I have a repair hot button. I see that this is 1 damage. I hit my repair hot button and nothing. I'm not queuing up any more actions to repair. I have to actually right click right now and repair. So that's one thing that definitely needs to be added. The ability to repair. 2, now see how I have my satchel up here? I can't double click to open it. That activates it. It's not easily accessible. So this satchel should still be a part of my inventory in some way. That's how I feel, because now it's hidden here. And I have to right click, open it. And now it's organized in a different way than the things in here would have been organized. It just looks funny. It's an extra window to have. Maybe it's because I'm used to only having one inventory window, but I still feel that the satchel that you place on your paper doll should be a part of your inventory window in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, it's a pain to get to. The only things that I would put in this slot are things that I would never want to see ever. And I'd forget that I had to even have them. The third and final thing that I think will cause problems for at least me is, I think for a while I was used to I click F3 and I see everything. I see my body, I see, the satchel in there, I see everything that I want. Now I need to click 2 buttons to see the same amount of info. Now I need to click the paper doll button and I need to press F3. If I could make it so F3 opened up both, I'd probably be a little happier.
Check me out. I'm wearing the new tabard.
Ooh.
Does it work?
It does. Yes, it does. You
Like
are
looking
very colorful now. Congratulations. You got spikes coming off the side and like nice colorful blue and green in the middle.
Yeah. Gonna give Chunk one. He wants one.
So we need to start building some fences at some point. Oh, the new analyze.
Yes,
So
that's a
maybe,
big deal.
yeah, so I'll set it up. Before, the only way to prospect and to find iron ore was from outside of the mine. You would have, and you can see it in our video where we were outside the search for the iron ore. I think it's video number 2, where we're outside, we're on top of a mountain, and we're just prospecting outside.
That's
Figuring out where it is. And now you can do it inside of a cave through this new analyze, and I love how they did it. They did it like finding a water tile. And there goes Adam. Unfortunately. So they did it like finding a water tile. And Adam, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Alright, so we can hear you. So you can see like a nice picture of Adam over there on the Skype window. Whereas you would mine a rock shard out of a cave wall, and then you'd pick up that rock shard and you'd hit the analyze button. And that would tell you whether that ore or that rock shard that you mined out, whether that cave wall, how close to a vein you are from the inside. And they do it by clues, by the wording that they give you. And I can't remember exactly the wording. Somebody had it on the forums. And
That's
it goes from like how many tiles away from iron or whatever ore that you are. And once you figure out the wording, you can figure out how close to a tile you are. I thought that was very clever.
Yeah.
Whereas
It works very similarly to like the pendulum.
That's right,
finding
like
a
I was
water
saying.
tile.
Finding a water tile with the pendulum, it's almost exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
Yeah, I like it too.
And I know we found a bunch of ores already in our mine, just
That's right.
yesterday
doing that.
or something.
We would never have been able to find them. We would be shooting in the dark because they're all under grass tiles.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now it seems like you can tell whether you're close or not.
Anyway, there was a bunch of other updates, a lot of new fencing, which we still haven't gotten around to adding. I don't know, I might just start adding some fencing on the ground just to show you guys what it's like.
I brought some iron bars here if you want to do a tall iron.
Iron
Maybe we can
bars.
Maybe we can ask Knight where she wants it.
Alright, ask her. We're going to build some... Oh, I brought some clay. You said that... Do you have flowers?
Yep.
Where are the flowers?
Yeah, I made a pottery clay flower pot, but I think it needs to be fired.
So it does need to be fired.
I think so.
So
I'm gonna go bring it to fire. I'm gonna go fire it right now.
So this is what you do. You activate the flour or the clay and the flour. How do you do it?
You have to use your hand on clay.
I'm using my hand on the clay, so my hand is now on the paper doll. Activate my hand, right click the clay, create flower pot.
You got it.
So you still have to create a flower pot. Okay, so I'm doing that. The flower pot can be imped. I see. So I can sit here and imp it a little bit.
Okay.
And then what? Then I add the flour to it first, or no?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't look like I add the flour to it. I think you were wrong when you said that.
I think you have to fire it.
You always have to fire it with pottery. So
Fire
you
it
go and
first.
fire one, and then we'll worry about that. Okay, so can't do that right now. What we can do is... Oh, there's more flowers in here. Or maybe you just dropped them. I'm going to start a tall iron fence, which means I'm going to take a brick. You said you dropped some... Oh, there's a tabard in here, so I can wear one too. I can be like everybody. Where does it go? Here.
Oh no, Nightshade's
Nice big...
not here to guide us anymore. So
Where
we're...
did she go?
I don't know.
I didn't even see her leave. That's okay. Somewhere up here in... She lost the link. So, I'll just build one.
Okay.
Did you say you left...
Yeah, there's some iron bars on the floor there in a pile.
Okay, so let's remove some of this stuff. Looking around. Anybody see any?
There's a pile somewhere.
Oh, there's the pile. I'm going to take one. And I'm going to, I guess, build one here. Just because.
Alright.
So I need... What do I need? My hammer? My mallet? Whoa, look at how many there are here. I'm not used to all these options.
Yeah.
There's the rope fences, shaft fences, more stone fences, iron fences. A lot more. There's a tall stone wall. No, wait, there's a low stone wall, a stone fence, and a build curb. So it's the stone fence and the curb that's new. Here we have tall iron fence. I'm gonna build one.
Okay.
They are tall.
I like all these new fences. It's a great push in the right direction.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I mean, more variety is
I'll just
everything
take a
in this
bunch.
game. I mean,
Walking slow.
if there's anything that they could do to improve this game is just make more models of more stuff to build.
Yeah, and I think to a point I agree with you. And at some point I think they also need to add more systems, more professions, more like that sort of thing.
Sure, but
Um,
at this point, I feel that there's enough professions and enough stuff to do in the game that it all comes down to what your place looks like. Right now, if you build a house, every house looks the same. Like, you even look at our castle. We could have done so much if, let's say, there was even just a third or fourth different type of wall.
It's true, but how about the ability to join the buildings that I've made through like
Yeah,
bridges,
bridges
or
is
stairs, and like all these new,
Yeah.
I guess, building features than just adding more variety to what we already have.
that's also true. Okay, now I need one of those
These
flowers.
things need 2 fence bars.
2 fence bars.
They're so huge.
You're kidding me. All right.
I need to get another one. How many
I'm
did you
gonna-
make? You made.
I only made 9, and
Whoa,
Nightshade-
whoa.
Nightshade said she needs enough fence bars to make 9 fences. And now you used one, so now I'm gonna have to.
Now she's probably going to destroy whatever I did here. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just wanted to show you guys this one. Oh, another wanderer achievement.
Nice. You're just
Everyone
getting around
that's
today.
that watched the last video knows that I got 3 of them or something in that one video, and now in this one, I haven't even gone anywhere. I'm just standing still, walking back and forth. Anyway, very nice looking. I mean, if you check the forums or you check the wiki, I'm sure you'll see all the new ones. I'll just list some of the new ones here so that you can guys know what the differences are. I'm sure most of you guys do. Both rope, low and high rope fences are new. All the shaft fences are new. The stone fence and the curb are new. And the high fences, the high iron fences are new. I'm going to build some curbs because I'm going to assume that they're easy because they're so tiny.
I think they're easy. They take rock shards.
Oh, wow. Too many.
Also, each one gets its own fence, which is nice, so you're not going to have, like, mismatched fences with... Not fence, what am I saying? Each one has its own gate.
That's true. I like the addition of the stone wall. Because before you could only build the low stone wall, which didn't fit in with these like iron walls at all.
It didn't match.
They
Yeah,
didn't
it didn't
match.
match.
So let's do a curb one for you guys quickly. I'm too far from the end. Okay, quickly,
Alright.
I just need to send... Well, sorry guys, there was technical difficulties there for a little bit. My recording program just kind of conked out there. So what was I saying? I was just showing this curb. It's now completed. Looks pretty nice. I don't really want to do anything more here. I know Nightshade had plans and I'm kind of ruining it just to show off a couple things. So I think we'll stop there. You guys can check out the fences on your own. What I do want to show a couple more things. It's already nighttime here. It's quite dark at night. I want to show a couple more things. Not that many things. This new climb and faithful, this new buttons window. I just want to quickly say my thoughts on this window. I like the design. I wish that the rest of the UI could look like this. That's what I wish. If the rest of the UI sort of had this kind of look, I think that would be an improvement to the way that it looks right now. I don't know if it can be done.
Features on.
Uh-oh, features on. What are you guys up to? Guess. Oh, hey, Beecher. Guess I'm lagging a little. There it goes. Oh, hey, Beecher. Not doing too much, except recording a video for everyone.
I know, he always seems to just come on at the right times.
Anyway, so that's what I would say about this thing, buttons window. I just wish everything else looked like this.
I mean, I like it a little bit, except for it's hard. It's an extra thing to put up onto the screen. It takes up a little bit extra space. I mean, it used to just be there, and now I found I had to bring up that window and find a place for it, and I don't know. Beecher. He's just getting on me. On my nerves these days.
He is, isn't he? I mean, this is... I know for you guys, this is only the second video you've seen him, but this is like every day.
I know.
Us.
Yeah.
Anyway, a couple other windows before we end this video. The first thing would be the new skill tracker window. You can see here, I've added stone cutting to it, so I have 79 stone cutting, and then next to it is another number in brackets that show you how much you've gained this round. And I don't think I'll use this skill tracker. I thought it was a bit more than this, because this is the same information that you get in a cooler package than you just get when you open up the skill window. Like if you mouse over a window, you see what your skill is and you see how much you've changed already. So probably won't use it because I don't want to use. I'd rather see more of the game than more windows. What do you think?
When I first heard about this, I thought it was going to be a lot more than it is. My original thought was that it was something that was going to actually give you information about how much skill you've gained this hour, or the rate at which you're going, so that you can use it to compare, let's say, 2 pickaxes. You do 2 pickaxes over the course of 10-15 minutes, and it gives you some information about average skill ups per tick and how many ticks you're getting per minute or whatever. But it didn't seem like it was like that at all.
No, it wasn't, was it? I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Just sort of like that's what we got. We didn't hear much information about it beforehand, but it piqued our interest, I think, to say the least, when we went and we saw that it was coming to the game. But didn't turn out the way we wanted. So what else before we log out here? A couple things. There were other windows. There was the personal goals window, or the personal goals missions, and I mean, you can see like kill a rat, finish the tutorial. They're almost exactly like achievements. I don't know what the difference is. I guess you get karma if you do them. Doesn't quite say what you get for it. Plant 500 flowers. Plant 500.
Really?
100 flowers. What was some of the things that we missed? I'm sure we missed a lot from Wurm 1.1. Oh, I want to cut down a tree for you guys.
Oh, yes.
Am I carrying like a ton of rock shards or something? I am. There we go. So let me go find a tree for you guys. Oh, wow, it's really dark on my screen. I'm sorry for that.
Where are you right now?
I'm out in front of the castle, but I'm going to go down to the village area because there's no lights out in front of the castle. And that
we need to
looks
decorate
really
that
bad.
area. Yeah.
Well, I hope that this maple tree looks mature, but I'm going to check it anyway. Can I see it from out here? Nope. I've got my... Oh, here comes the music too. It's mature. Yeah, mature trees don't fall. But they now have... What do trees have now? Falling animation. And I believe that there's a tree sound. It's not the greatest, but at least it's a tree sound. Let's see. That one's shriveled. Wow, it's hard to find a tree in here. I hope Nightshade doesn't mind me killing this tree.
We can plant more.
Wow, I'm really out of water and food. That's okay. There we go. Let me chop down this tree and see what happens. There we go. This is what happens. And just at the same time, a chunk didn't like that we cut down the tree. Anyway, that's it's really new.
It's a little rough around the edges.
Before the stump was different.
Shorter.
Yeah, it was much shorter, smaller, so we got to get used to this. The one thing that I like about this is that now that the tree's chopped down, I can instantly, like from this location, you can create logs. Whereas before, the tree would chop down, then you'd have to find like the center of the tree to get to the range where you can cut logs. Now, it's like black and white. This is the location where you chop down and get logs. Nightshade's back. Yeah, apparently her power went out, and that's why she just randomly went offline. But now she's back. She has a plan, so I'm gonna let her plan, I think, at this point. There's only one other thing that I want to ask you guys. I'll let somebody else chop the rest of that up. Anyway. There's only one last thing. There's this music going and it's confusing my head. It's like we're in the wilderness with the flute going, and I don't know. It's quite calming. Again, it's like I'm trying to fall asleep. It's making me fall asleep. It's like the music you'd put on just before you fall asleep. Anyway, oh, it's really dark here.
Yeah, we'll pretty the place up with a bunch of lamps.
Oh, before I forget, we were gonna mention our location to our deed.
That's right.
And I am happy to announce our place is called Autumn Twilight. You can come out and visit at any time. We are located on Deliverance at... Get your pens out. I've got mine. Alright, we're at 37X. 37X. And 38Y. Alright, we didn't freeze. That was 37X and 38Y. That's our location. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys out here. Eventually we have plans to make a merchant area here. I know we completely forgot to talk about it in the last video, but we've started building a merchant area in the port section. We will start building that. I don't know. Eventually I'll have the castle up and running, and like I said, it'll be some like fun little things in the castle that people can discover. But that's long off. I mean, we still have so many more bricks to go. But yeah, 37X, 38Y, and I think that's it for the... I did get a message from Beecher.
Uh-oh.
I died again. Beecher died again. Says, are you there? I didn't respond to him.
I thought he was coming to help us.
That was the last thing he said. He said that he was going to come and help us. Can you come pick me up at Green Dog again?
What?
Green Dog?
Oh my god, this guy's driving me crazy.
And he has a deed. He has
Why
a deed.
is he responding at Green Dog?
I think he keeps forgetting to do the drop-down menu and switching it to his deed.
Oh my god, I can't take this anymore. I just gotta get out of here.
Out of where? Where are you going to
go?
go?
Get out of here. I just gotta get out of here. I gotta go away from
What
Beecher.
are you doing?
I'm going.
No,
See you later.
no. You just went, didn't you?
I just went. I feel so much better over here.
Oh god, it's so dark. Alright. I'll just come with you.